Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We are here with the first swap of the year. Yay! Happy New Year's 2019. Let's get it started. So this whole mess on my desk is me creating. It does go all the way over to both sides. You know, we create better when we're in a hot mess. So our swap is going to be a newcomer, newbie, second chance swap. So this is me giving our new people, and welcome to our Facebook page and YouTube. This is me, you know, weeding out who we'd like to swap with. I know at the beginning of every year, people that have been banned from swapping, they tried to come in again, you know, under new names or whatever. So what we're going to do is this is going to give everyone a chance to swap. I know a lot of people have come over from Tamika's page. Welcome. Thanks for your support. Because you need to have crafty videos, and you need to, you know, just get some experience in order to join Tamika Swaps. And this way we can see if you're a beginner, we welcome beginners. We love beginners. Tamika Swaps aren't necessarily for beginners. It's definitely for the advanced swappers. So this is for beginners. This is for advanced. This is for everyone. This is also for people who have been late in the past, and maybe this is your New Year's resolution to not be late. So please don't flake. And for those of you who are new to crafting, a flaker is someone who just does not do the swap, and they do not communicate. If you communicate, you know, in enough time, and you say, you know what, something just happened, I cannot do this, I can find someone else to cover for you, etc. But just make sure you communicate. Okay, so the swap, let me move all this away. The swap is going to be very simple. The time frame is going to be kind of short because this is a second chance swap. I want to make sure that everyone, you know, we put our heart and soul into these swaps. I don't like to waste anybody's time. So this is going to be a quick one. So this swap is going to be laid out for you. So everything that I say must be included in your swap. And this is also to see if you, for lack of a way to put it, if you follow the instructions, because it is kind of annoying when there's rules to a swap and somebody does not follow those rules. That is very, very annoying. So this is completely laid out. You do not need to add anything more than what I say. If you want to, great, but don't expect the other people to, because this is so detailed laid out. Okay, so your swap is going to be a Valentine's Day theme. Valentine's Day romance. I'm not big into Happy Valentine's Day, hearts, you know, that kind of stuff, but I am into romance, shabby chic, clean and simple. This is a Paris theme. You know, Paris is known for romance. So, you know, let's keep it like that. It doesn't have to say Happy Valentine's Day, but you are going to create 2 tags. They do have to be 3 by 5, no bigger, no smaller. So maybe I should write this out for you guys so you can see it. My little cheat sheet is too small. So your theme, romance. Whether you take that, you can put Happy Valentine's Day, I don't care. Just romance. So, you know, we don't want any Halloween or, unless, you know, that kind of stuff. Whatever. Okay, so you need 2 tags. They're 3 by 5. No bigger, no smaller. Okay. You must include 1 flower. Now I have some examples. These are just cute little rolled flowers that I did. You can do big flowers like so. Here's another one I did. You can do them from your silhouette cameo. You can do flat flowers. This would be an example. If you are going to use store-bought flowers, zhuzh it up a little bit. Put some eyelash trim in there. You know, maybe some lace or something like that. That's what you want to do. So at least 1 flower, 1 or more flowers, at least 1 bow. Okay. It can be the focal point. It can be tucked behind something. It can be a small bow, maybe a tiny little bow, you know, here, there, everywhere. But it has to have 1 bow. Doesn't matter what size, but it has to have a bow on there somewhere. And it has to have a sentiment. Okay, so a sentiment, mine I put just because. I couldn't find my Amore stamp. That's what I really wanted to put, but I couldn't find it. My just because stamp works fine. Happy Valentine's Day, love, you know, something like that. One sentiment. How you doing? Hey girl. You know, I don't care. Romance doesn't have to be mushy. Because romance doesn't necessarily mean, you know, I'm in love with you. It could be best friends, you know. So just put best friends, whatever. Okay. And it has to have a hanging element. My hanging element fell off right before I did this video because I didn't tie it and I don't know what happened to it. So a hanging element is ribbon, twine, trim, eyelash trim. Oh wait, here we go. So here it is. I thought it fell on the floor, but it did not. Okay, so just your hanging element. Mine won't work. So I put a grommet in mine, or eyelet, whatever you want to call them. Here we go. Hanging element. To make mine sturdy, if you have eyelets, you can put it in there. If you don't, you know, that's fine too, but just make sure you have a hanging element. You can do landscape or portrait, you know, whichever way you want to do it. That's fine. Okay. So 2 tags. Your tags can be the same. Mine are going to be the exact same. Why? Because it took me forever to create this. And it doesn't take long to, you know, do this. So 1 flower, 1 bow, and a sentiment, a hanging element, and you have to have at least 2 other embellishments. Okay. 2 other embellishments. So here is my requirement of the sentiment. Here's my 1 bow. Here is my flower. I did 3. And then the tag is 3 by 5. So other embellishments, pearls or rhinestones or other embellishments. You can add some hearts. That's embellishments. I added an Eiffel Tower. That's an embellishment. The leaves right here, that's an embellishment. So just, you know, keep that in mind. It's very easy to build these up. We just don't want a flat card that doesn't have anything on there. So make it something substantial, something you would like to receive. Okay, so we have that. And the next thing, a decorated box. So shortly after this, I will show you the tutorial for this box. This is the box I would prefer that you use because it's easy. I can lay it out and we can keep it flat while you're mailing it. Okay, the top has to be decorated, or if you want to put the pieces to decorate the box in a separate bag, that's fine too. I may do that. Just so that way it's easier to mail, you know, to keep the box flat by just not gluing the bottom. Okay, so a decorated box, it must include a flower. Doesn't matter what kind of flower. Again, just a big flower is easy. This is just using the 6-petal punch. I've done many tutorials on these. This one is the scallop circle punch. Still is cute. And I also used rolled flowers on mine. So the box must include a flower. So let's go ahead and do this, the box. And this box is by Stampin' Amore. She's Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. But the box has to include 1 flower. Sorry, I downloaded the app for the camera and it just told me something weird. I don't know. Okay, 1 flower and a place for a sentiment. You don't have to put the sentiment on here because, you know, I might want to put for you. I might want to put a person's name. So you need something that you can put a sentiment on, whether you have a banner, which is the easiest in my personal opinion, or if you kind of just leave a piece of it blank, someone can put, or, you know, it'll go this way, somebody can put a sentiment on, or if you put like a white space here, that someone can add a sentiment. Somewhere on the box has to be a sentiment. You can decorate the box however you want, just the top has to be to the 9s. Okay, let's make it substantial, make it beautiful. This part, I'm going to let the paper talk for itself. I'm not decorating any of these sides because I think it's beautiful. The same with this one. If you want to go above and beyond, that is your choice. You can add a ribbon. You can add maybe a little heart. I might add a little heart right here. I don't know. I don't know. So, you know, I wanted to leave them plain so you guys can see. You can leave them plain. Just the top needs to be decorated. Okay. You need to include 1 pack of handmade goodies. It can be a pack of bows like this. It must be packaged nicely to coordinate with your set. That's a big key. Everything must coordinate. Okay. Packaging does count. So I made these 4 bows. You must have a minimum of 4, whatever handmade goodie you make, whether it's bows or rosettes, paperclip banners, I don't know, anything that you make, it has to have at least 4. You can do a portrait or landscape. It doesn't matter. Just make sure your topper coordinates. This is a clear bag, and I just used a scrap of the paper collection and 2 of the rolled flowers that I didn't use for this box. I just stuck it on here with some branches. That's it. So it doesn't have to be super elaborate, but it needs to coordinate with your set. Toppers count on the handmade goodies. Okay. 1 store-bought goodie. Don't break the bank. A store-bought goodie is a pack of bling. I ask that you don't put dollar store stickers unless they're the really nice ones, like the 3D ones. If you're just giving me a stack of any old 3D sticker, any old sticker, you know, I'm not a big fan of that. But if it's like a 3D sticker, like the ones that are really nice that you wouldn't believe you got at the dollar store, go ahead and include that. You know, right now everything is on clearance for Christmas, so if you can find, you know, store-bought bows, put the store-bought bows in there, or, you know, just something nice. You can find embossing folders for like less than $1 at Tuesday Morning, a stamp set, like a Valentine's Day stamp set, in the Michael's $1.50 bin, something like that. Just make it, you know, a nice goodie. It doesn't have to be more than $2. Just make it a nice goodie. Okay. Not a cheap, you know, flat stickers. Okay. And then 1 candy pack. So the candy pack is really just for packaging. Okay. I am a huge stickler about packaging. Packaging is my favorite, more so than the swap itself sometimes. So packaging does not have to be elaborate. This one took me some time. I had to do the rolled flowers and the branches. This one, I just took a piece of paper from the collection and I hot glued a bow to a 4x6 bag. So when I say a candy bag, you need to have it packaged somehow nicely. You can do another box if it, I probably wouldn't do another box because it's going to get scrunched in the mail, to be honest. Well, I thought I had candy to put in here, but apparently I've eaten it. So make it a nice candy bag. Put some tea bags in here if you would like. This is just really to show off your packaging and that you understand packaging. You can use bag toppers. I mean, how cute is this? This is not even anything super elaborate, but it's still beautiful. It has 3 Twix in there. It looks beautiful. Okay, so 1 candy pack. You know, it does not have to break your bank. You can get a pack of candy, chocolates from the Dollar Tree. These little doves, they came from Dollar Tree. So, you know, you can put, this would really be for 1 person, but I would just go to Walmart and buy the big bag. There's some of those in there if this matches your paper collection. You know, so 1 candy pack. It doesn't have to be chocolate. I know people have food allergies, but you can just give the candy away or, you know, whatever. I have a ton of food allergies, but I love candy packs. So that's what you need, a candy pack. And, oh, your tags must be packaged as well. Okay. We want to make sure the tags are protected. So you can package your tag in a simple packaging like so. If you, oh, I did this backwards. Oh, well. Oh, no. Okay. So, you know, just make sure your tags are protected. All I did was take a 4x6 bag. I just cut a piece of cardstock from the paper collection, hot glued the bow, and stuck the tag in there. That looks so beautiful. Okay. If your tag is judged up to the nines, like you have way more than I do, just put it on back a piece of cardstock and don't do anything around it. Let your tag be the show. But I do need the tags protected. If you don't have these fancy bags, they're very cheap on Amazon, but I know everyone's craft budget is different. Use a Ziploc. I don't care if it's a Ziploc. Just, you know, cover that Ziploc part up. Put a piece of paper on top, just like I did this one. Just put a piece of paper and, you know, make it nice. Ziplocs work just as fine. You have a paper bag, zhuzh up the paper bag, you know, use what you have. So that is what the swap recap. 2 tags, 3x5, 1 flower, 1 bow, 1 sentiment, 1 hanging element, 2 other embellishments, and packaged in a bag. Okay. Make sure your tag is on sturdy cardstock. If you don't have sturdy cardstock, cover a piece of cereal box. And when I say cereal box, I mean legit, you know, your Cheerios, use that box. Or chipboard. Mine, I just put it on a couple layers of cardstock because I was too lazy to get my chipboard. So you can do that too. You can put it on like 4 or 5 layers of cardstock. That's fine. Not everyone has, you know, all the pieces, so just make it nice. Then the box has to have at least 1 flower and a place for a sentiment, 1 handmade goodie, which you have to have a minimum of 4 pieces. So 4 bows, 4 rosettes, 4 paperclip banners. If you are going to do paperclip toppers, just like, you know, this is a substantial paperclip banner. Okay, this is nice. I don't want just like a piece of ribbon tied to the paperclip. Yes, that's cute, but it's not substantial. So let's beef it up. Make sure it's really nice. If you do a paperclip topper, make sure it's, you know, it's big, like at least 2 inches. Don't just stick a sticker on the paperclip and call it done. You know, do your best work. Paperclip banners are awesome. Rosettes, bows. What are those clip things called? Clothespins. I'm trying to see if I have any other samples on my desk. I don't. So just make sure, you know, they're really nice. If you wanted to do the paperclip toppers, you can do a bow on a paperclip, and that would be okay because, you know, it's a bow. So that 1 candy pack, I already showed you the candy pack. And then the store-bought goodie. The store-bought goodie, you don't have to package it with coordinating packaging. I sometimes do, I sometimes don't. If you want to challenge yourself for that little extra challenge, then go ahead and package up that goodie really nice. You know, make it look like it wasn't a clearance item. All right, so let's go ahead and do the box, since this is the easiest box to make, and I think everyone will be able to make this box. It is very simple. All you need is 1 sheet of cardstock, and I'm going to use, sorry, I just dropped my everything on the floor. I'm going to use this piece of paper. No, I'm not, because that's going to be directional, and I don't want to deal with directions right now. So we're just going to use, sorry, I don't know how to pause on this app, so here we go. 1 sheet of cardstock. It measures 8.5 by 10.5. So all we need to do is cut off some on the 11.5 inch side. So cut it at 10.5. Okay, so 8.5 by 10.5. On the 10.5 side, this is what I'm looking at in case y'all didn't notice. We're going to score it at 1/2. You can use your scoreboard or, you know, your paper trimmer. So at a half, and then 3 inches, 5.5, and 8. Okay, we're gonna flip it, and we're going to score it on the 8.5 side at a 1/2 inch. And 3 inches. And 6. Okay, that's it. Now we need to cut some things off. Can you guys see these score marks? I hope you can. It's kind of hard. So I'm going to put mine where, here's my 1/2 inch score mark up here. Let me score this so you can see it, or varnish it. Okay, where you guys can see this varnish line. Okay. Okay, so we need to cut some things off. We are going to cut this entire box off. So right here, we're cutting all that off, okay? So we're going to go ahead and cut that. Okay. So now it should look like this. Next, what we are going to do, let's just go ahead and varnish. Let's get the varnishing out of the way. I don't have a bone folder. Oh, here we go. Varnish just means making your creases nice and sharp. That's all we're doing. You can use a bone folder. These are very cheap. I got this one from Stampin' Up. You can get them from Hobby Lobbies, Michael's, Craft Warehouse. Dollar Tree had them actually at one point. You can use an old gift card, or, you know, debit card, credit card, whatever you got. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. Okay, now we can actually, now you guys can see these creases, okay? So you can kind of see the box forming. So right here on this flap, we are just going to cut hold on, I gotta think this through. Yeah. We are going to cut this little section off right here. Okay, that's all we need, the little section. Go ahead and just cut that off. You can be precise with your paper trimmer. I'm okay with scissors. It's not that hard. Okay, now we're still at the bottom here, so we're just going to cut up to the first score line. There, there, there. Okay, that's all we're doing. If you want to miter your sides, just take a tiny little chunk off. That's fine. Okay, next on the top here, we are going, so I flip mine over. This is just where we cut. This is going to be the bottom. This is actually the top. All we need is this middle section, and that is going to be what holds the box shut like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So we're just going to cut up the middle on the 2 score lines. Okay, and what we're going to do is these 2 left and right pieces, we are going to chop them in half. This part scares a lot of people. I mean, if you don't want to chop it, you don't have to. It just takes out that bulk. Okay, so that's all I did, is I just chopped it. I eyeballed it. It's not really straight. Let me fix it up. Okay. There we go. They're probably not even, but who cares? Okay, so your box is pretty much done. Now all you need to do is put some score tape here. I suggest using double-sided tape. It's easier, or your art glitter glue. So go ahead and put that down there. So your box is going to close like that and open like that. So before I actually glue mine down, I like to take a look at the bottom, okay? Because 2 flaps are going to go in and 2 flaps are going to go this way. So I just kind of like to look at which way looks better. I think it looks better that way. And then I'm just going to miter some of the corners. Okay, so I'm going to do this first piece and I'm going to miter this piece. And what I mean by mitering is I'm just going to take a little chunk out of both sides. This one might be a little bit more than a little chunk, but that's okay. I don't mind. Okay, so the first and the third is what I chunked. Okay. Now you can go ahead and, I didn't burnish this. How you know when your tape is really down is when you can pick up the backing without any problems. So your box should just meet it perfectly. It looks like I might have mismeasured a little tiny bit, but that's okay. My box still works. So I'm going to go back to the bottom here and just make sure that I didn't, you know, do anything wonky, which I didn't. Now I am not going to tape this down. Okay, the person receiving it can tape it down because you want to keep this box flat. Understand? So that way, you know, you can mail it. So I don't like the way my flaps are, so what I'm going to do is just miter a little bit off. And when I try to do a little bit, it's really a lot of it. Most people just do slivers. I can't do slivers. I do chunks. Does it matter? Not really. I like the way it looks with a chunk. You might like the way it looks with a sleeve. Okay, so now, so this is going to be the top of your box, and this piece here is going to fold in like so. Mine does not fit because I didn't cut it correctly, so I'm just going to go ahead and miter these corners. Just take that chunk off. So I did, let's see, my box fits perfectly. And this is where you're going to decorate. But again, you're going to leave this unglued for 2 reasons. It's easier to decorate your box like this than opposed to when it's together. And then also you want to mail it flat. My flaps, this one I mitered and the box stays shut perfectly. This one, I was going to get fancy with it and I corner rounded the edge, but I think it took too much off and the box does not stay closed. See what I mean? So just kind of play with it. I think if I would have did the smaller corner rounder, it would have been fine, but mitering it looks just perfect. So it's up to you. Okay, so that's your box to go along with the swap. Obviously you're going to decorate the pieces unless you use like a really nice sheet of thick designer cardstock, then that's fine. But you know, just make sure the top is decorated. Okay, so you guys sign up on my Facebook page, which is Coffee, Cake, and Crafting. If you do not have Facebook and you still want to sign up for this, please put a comment below, and we'll have to do everything via email because I don't have a blog yet. So yep, definitely come check us out on Coffee, Cake, and Crafting on Facebook, or leave a comment below. Okay, if you have any questions before you click going on the Facebook page, please ask. Okay? All right, guys. Oh, and this swap is due, the most important part, this is due postmarked by January 31st. It's a weird day, but January 31st is the day I want it postmarked so I can get these back out to your partners. You are going to be in groups of 4, so you're going to make 3 sets of these, okay? So if you have a question at what that means by 3 sets, each person in your group needs to get everything here. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.